Sometimes too, it's like understanding that either your or their capacity doesn't allow for it in that time and in that season. Yeah, and it's not like a personal thing at all. Yeah.
I also think part of growing up too, and part of being in your 20s is realizing that everyone has limited capacity. Mm-hmm. Or I've never really had a friendship where you go long distance and you naturally find rhythm and you're like perfectly fine. You never have to have a conversation about it.
Oh, Wait. You want one?
No, I'm okay. Oh. I can't tell if I'm sore or if my sides...
Or if you're old. It's rough out here, 2026.
So what are we talking about today, Cinder?
Now that it's a new year, we're making plans.
Yeah.
Regarding travels, regarding life.
Right.
There's a lot of plans to make now in our mid-20s.
Right.
Including... The seaweed is always greener.
Is that the word?
In somebody else's yard. Imagine having yards in the ocean, like putting up a fence and being like, this is my coral. It's your coral. You want that weed? I'll take this one. Unrelated to Ariel, we have hella friends. That's literally the wrong movie.
You said unrelated.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, valid.
Yeah.
Something we have recognized is that as we get into our 20s, people start splintering off in life that they do.
Well, I think it happens like right after you graduate college, like the day after you graduate college. Mm-hmm. People splinter and you don't even recognize it until you're like on the plane.
Oh my gosh.
Going
with your
away
one-way
from college.
ticket.
Yeah.
Your one-way ticket going away from college.
Yeah.
You've packed up your bags. Yeah.
And I don't think you realize in that moment, like after you're saying your goodbyes and you're crying and stuff, but I don't think you still don't realize that your life
is
forever changed.
I have been changed. No, and I do think there was like an in-between moment of summer, or what felt like summer break.
Oh yeah.
Because we were all going home. And we were like, oh, okay, like this feels somewhat normal. And then the one-way tickets to New York. And
true.
Somebody goes to grad school and somebody freaking gets engaged.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that splintering today.
Yeah.
Each of the little tentacles.
Of all of your friends. And how do you maintain friends?
Oh my gosh.
How do you know who to maintain? How do you know your own capacity to maintain those people? And how might you continue to have friends in your 20s?
Yeah, having friends is hard.
It's pretty tough.
The long distance relationships, the friends that I think in some cases we might have like grown up with.
Yeah.
And then when you move to different cities and you enter completely different life stages, like what does it look like to continue walking together?
Yeah.
Somebody once told me the world was gonna roll me, and it did. Oh, good. Yeah.
Okay, bro.
Aw, I might get a little sentimental. I'm like already...
Well, keep it together.
Locked in. Locked in. Zero emotion. Okay. One type of splintering, I think, that happened quickly. Wait, I feel like splinter might sound negative.
Yeah.
But it's not negative, it's just... Or we're trying to say, like there are two paths that form. Okay, one splintering...
Yeah.
Is
one type of splinter.
Is the moving to different cities. And I feel like it's a common, like...
Everyone goes through this, and there's thousands of podcasts on this.
Yeah. I think a lot of people in young adulthood told me, like, oh, when you graduate, proximity becomes a really important factor in who you become friends with, which I totally felt. But what I was not prepared for was maintaining those long distance friendships for folks who like stayed in the Bay or moved to other parts of the country. Yeah, and I think because so much change happens immediately after college, like settling into a new apartment, a new lifestyle, a new like job or school or whatever. And I think maybe for like two of my friends, part of that change included like starting to talk pretty seriously with their significant others about moving into the next life stage, which was #marriage. And I think because I was in New York, didn't really get to see that transition as much.
Oh, true. Yeah.
So maybe it was like how quick that happened. There's just so much change. And it was like, oh my gosh, it's like they know what they wanted and logistics worked out and they're just ready to go.
Yeah. And they're just like, let's send it.
And so they fully sent into a completely different life stage.
Yeah. Also because like the people that I'm thinking about for you, like they were your childhood friends. So then like, I guess you have just seen them your whole life and they've always been with you.
So in that first year, I was like, oh, there are a lot of conversations that I feel like I missed or like things that we did not walk together, even though we grew up walking together.
Even our friends from like a cappella who like got married really early. Yeah, they like got married at 24. And I feel like even then it was like kind of like a shooketh moment.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember one wedding. We waited until that wedding happened before we planned our move to New York because we needed to stay in California.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because those two people were like stepping into this whole new life stage of they were #getting married and they were like moving to LA. And then we were like, oh, next week we're packing our one suitcase and moving to New York City.
Yeah.
That happened all within like 3 months of us graduating college. And it's just like the splintering happens so quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't even know how to wrap your mind around it until you're there.
Yeah.
And I think the splinter has felt on both sides. We're like, moved to the new city, and I was like, dang, like there's so many things that I'm experiencing for the first time. And when I called to catch up with my friends back at home, like I'm sharing these experiences with them, sharing about them, but not like sharing with them.
Yeah. It's also come up like multiple times in my friendships where like I'm just bad at being long distance friends.
We talked about that a lot our first year, I think.
Yeah. I feel like some people are really good at just like calling randomly, like when you have a second and you're just like calling.
Yeah.
I feel like the pace of New York City like doesn't super allow you to do that. Or at least in my experience, I feel like when I'm randomly calling someone, it's like usually when I'm like driving back home from somewhere. But we don't really drive here.
That's true.
So
yeah.
You don't really
That's true.
do that.
Yeah.
And like you can't like call someone on your way home from somewhere because you need to get in the subway and there's no signal.
Bro, if there was signal on the subway, dude, hella people would be calling.
Yeah, true.
Interesting, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like it's that about New York City. And then once you get home.
That's a good difference.
Yeah. Like once I get home, I'm like pretty
Pooped.
ready to sleep. Yeah. I don't know if it's a product of New York City, but the more specific thing to New York City is the lack of cars to me.
Or the lack of in-between time. Yeah. I think maybe in SF too, or other cities, we optimize the in-between time.
Or I've never really had a friendship where you go long distance and you naturally find rhythm and you're like perfectly fine. You never have to have a conversation about it.
Oh, yeah. Looking back on the conversations I've had, it's been with people and at moments where we want to reinforce or like deepen our intentionality with each other. And so it's like a way of like pushing forward like the commitment in the relationship. It's natural for friendships to ebb and flow in seasons of like there's more things in our mental space that align. Sometimes there's like more things in life that we share naturally.
Yeah.
And sometimes not. And so in the times when things are less shared, you can just allow that friendship to like, you know, be less consistent, or you can say like, let's talk about how to continue being in each other's lives, even though there's less shared stuff, to make it natural. Yeah. And so, I think example for me, like straight out of college, where my two like childhood friends or people that I went to middle school, high school, and college with, getting married very quickly, their mental spaces and lifestyles became very different from what I was experiencing here in New York. I think it was like 2 or 3 months into being in New York, we were like let's schedule calls. And it's fluctuated a little bit between like, I think we started weekly at some point, then we went to monthly, we went to bi-weekly, and it kind of just depends like season to season. I think we've gotten to a point where we're flexible with that too. That's been like the best way to continue walking even though we're far and doing very different things and thinking of different things. That said though, as life is less shared, or like as experiences are less shared, it does naturally become harder to relate and to build off of one another's thoughts. And so even though we try to avoid like the, oh, we like catch up, quote unquote, sometimes it's tiring, like a recap of your life recently. I do think sometimes it is just a lot of like sharing what we are going through and like being able to listen and hear, but the walking is just like more difficult because like I can't relate to like her marriage issues, for example. She can't relate to like, I don't know, the juggling of different like social groups as much as
Yeah.
for example. Yeah.
No, even like I remember when you were talking to them about like engagement and stuff, like, and they were like thinking through all of those things, and then you were like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
No idea. Oh, I think I also internally had a hard time being like, I want to, like, we have gone through the trenches together in so many life stages, and like this is one where this is maybe one of the first, or the first big one where like I feel like I don't know how to support you as well. And that's like a little growing pain, I think.
I don't know how you do this, but I feel like you always, like, whenever you guys have things that come up in your friendship, like, it seems like you guys kind of just, like, are able to communicate and then naturally, like, go forward.
Oh, then please share your experience with that.
For me, I feel like every time I have something like this happen, like we move different life stages, we move cities, like, stuff like that, I always have distinct conflict with,
oh man, yeah, you do.
yeah. Yeah, like when you were talking about it just now, I was like, oh, that's so peaceable. And like we're flexible enough to ebb and flow now, and
that's really funny. Yeah,
like truly, I feel like I have just never really experienced that. Yeah.
Well, I think part of it, like, I give my friends most of the credit for like being so proactive, like noticing, like even before we feel the difference in our life stage. Maybe like for them, they're like, oh, I'm entering marriage, like life is changing, let's institute, or like let's put into place a new rhythm to help us.
Dang, how do they know that?
I know, bro. That's why, you know, like they were the ones to get married. They knew they knew life. They know life already.
Yeah. Wait, like literally how, like,
just a little floating beam.
I couldn't even have predicted like who would be harder to keep in touch with, like how my life would have changed, like what rhythms would have changed in New York City. Like I never would have even thought about those things.
Yeah. Remember when we moved to New York, and maybe you were too, but I was telling you my angst about like who's gonna stick around.
Yeah.
And like who are my people that I should continue investing in from the previous life stage of college.
Yeah. I remember we talked about having lists, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That encapsulates the struggle, at least I think year 1 and 2-ish for me.
Okay. Yeah, I just had like deep conflict, I feel like, with most people that I like change life stages from.
Wow, yeah, she was just throwing hands left and right.
Or like, I feel like
tough.
Yeah. Or maybe like overall, I think the way that I would summarize it is like, one, differences in expectation. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And well, I feel like what breeds the conflict for you is like in those moments is the subconscious expectation that is then like maybe over the course of like a few weeks or months not met. But then you don't realize that that's happening until after the fact.
Yeah.
Right? It snowballs.
Yeah. Until, like, unmet expectations that you didn't know you had are not met.
Are not met.
Yeah.
And then it happens a couple times.
Yeah. And I feel like because we were young and we, like, at least for, like, me, I feel like I didn't know how my life would change, and I didn't know, like, how hard it would be to maintain friendships, that, like, I didn't even think about, like, being proactive in, like, changing rhythms, or, like, being proactive in communication, because this was the first time that, like, huge life things were happening.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah.
It does make me think of how this is maybe a way that you've changed in New York, but I feel like how you maintained relationships in college was very go with the flow. A good side tangent example is, like, when people would visit, I would still just sometimes go to my room and call friends at home. But you always are, like, here entertaining them. Or I think most of the time.
Yeah.
More than me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so maybe, like, for me, it was more of an instinct to be like, okay, these are the people I want to, like, hold on to and create, like, rhythms of calling. But then for you, that was a whole new thing to adjust to, right?
Yeah. And I wonder if it's because, like, you also changed life stages with those friends from high school to college. And so maybe, like, you guys had, like, a bit of, like, practice from high school to college.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, or, like, changing life stages and figuring that out. And then I've just, like,
right.
never really experienced that.
Yeah.
I have never been good at maintaining long-distance friendships, and that has come up in my friendships with people.
It has.
It do be had.
Had be do. Do be do wah. Do be do way. My oh my. Yeah.
Yeah. So I also do feel like you have, like, a stronger...
It is bulking season.
Anyway. Like, you have a stronger than me sense of who you invest in.
Oh, I do think I think about that a lot.
Yeah. But I feel like for me, because maybe what you were saying earlier about the present, like, being present, and
Right.
like, I try to... I don't really know what it is. Is this therapy right now?
Oh, okay, let's talk through this.
Okay.
Let me repeat back what I'm hearing.
Please. Please parrot it back.
To help discern. No, a difference that I feel like we've talked about a lot between you and I is the balancing, being intentional about, like, which relationships to invest in, but also staying interruptible. And I think if those are two sides of the spectrum, you err on the interruptible side, that, like, people come in for a season out, or like, and while they're here visiting New York, for example, you're very present with them.
Yeah.
And I'm erring on the side of, like, saying no sometimes. Yeah, and just, like, sticking with the people that I chose or wanted to invest in.
Yeah. That's a very eloquent way of putting it, actually. Yeah. Other than
I'm here for you.
Anyway, maybe that's what it is. Like, I feel like coming into young adult life, it is really important to know, like, these are the people that I intentionally want to invest in. Also, knowing the reasons for myself. Before, I've always been like, oh, like, I don't need reasons to be friends with someone. Like, they're my friend. And that is that.
Okay.
But I think as you mature and as you grow older, like, friends are... You keep friends because they are effort and work, and you know this is worth it.
Yeah. And so you're saying the reasons are, like, why this is worth it.
Yeah. But it makes me feel a little sneaky thinking about it. How do you do that?
Sometimes the why is so easy as just, like, we've ended up in each other's lives for, like, a season or more.
Yeah.
And, like, this person is here right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, something I've been reflecting about, too, recently is, like, friendships at the end of the day are not, I think, like, they shouldn't just be the people that are, like, that you really get along with, and you, like, like, oh, like, we
jive.
Yeah, and we value the same things.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
like,
you're similar. Yeah.
Yeah. Even though that's, like, my instinct. Like, I feel like my instinct is, like, oh, I'm friends with people who, like, share the same values as me, and, like, we
You roast each other.
Yeah. Or like, you know, like
Yeah, similar vibe or whatever, right?
yeah, and if you don't get along, like why force it? But I'm like sometimes I do
Interesting.
think there are like valuable friendships that you gain from anyways, like
People who are very different. Or
Yeah.
just different.
yeah, in general.
Yeah. Granted, I do feel like you get along with like a wider range of people than I do, for example. So I feel like that's been something on my mind, especially because, or maybe I click with a smaller set of people and I want to actively like not limit myself in that way. But I mean, that said, like friendships with people that you don't naturally click with are even more work sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
All else to say is I think in young adulthood, I've learned that friendships, there's differing expectations and you need to talk through those. I do think I need to define for myself, like, this is a friendship that I want to be intentional about. And, like, I need to, like, have that in my mind. Knowing why and setting
why.
out to do it. To
Yeah.
be intentional with certain people. Yeah. Oh my gosh, this feels like therapy, like some things that I've never really like thought through deeply, but
I'm here with you.
okay. Shut up.
You're doing this wisely. Do you have examples of feeling prompted in a relationship to do that?
Yeah, I think 100% people that I am in church with, even if we don't share life like outside of church, like because I see you regularly, because we've created this space of like we're going to do life together, and we didn't even choose each other. We kind of just like
Yeah.
are there.
Yeah.
Like this is a reason why
That's
I
your
should
why.
invest. Yeah. Yeah. So stuff like that. Or like maybe a friend from college that like I didn't think I would become closer with, but we are now in the same circles.
Yeah,
And
totally.
yeah, so like now we should now I'm like, okay, I should invest. So like maybe those little promptings in my life.
Who defines like should for you though? Like we went to college together and now we see each other, I should invest. Like who's saying you should?
I don't know.
I do feel like that's totally up to you.
It is. But maybe that's why I'm struggling is like everyone deserves friendship. So I'm like, how do I
Be a friend to every single person in the universe? And then will you ever have close friends? Me. Wait, do you
are
feel
just
obligated?
chopped liver to me.
Why are we friends? Wait, no, do you feel we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Do you feel obligated?
Not like they should have a friend, but it's like, oh, I'm here. Friend.
Okay. Like maybe your why leans more towards we get to be in each other's lives in this moment or in this season.
Yeah. But I think that also makes it hard for me to like maintain very deep, long friendships.
Yeah.
Like even when I think about like my friends that I've had for the longest time, we've had periods in our life where we didn't really talk to each other. And we're like coming back together now in this season because we're a little bit more intentional.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think, and we like all kind of have this thought of like, oh, let's be intentional about this.
Yeah.
Versus before, it was like we just like, we
Hop in.
went to college and we didn't see each other for a
Yeah.
while, so then we didn't talk, and then
College was so easy, man.
yeah, yeah, and then
okay.
yeah, and then we like didn't talk basically all of college, and then we kind of saw each other a couple times, and then we're like now like I see them every single time I go home, and like
Oh, nice.
yeah, so I don't know.
Okay.
I do feel like in order to keep really long friendships, consistent friendships, it's you really need to dig your heels in and be like, this is it.
Yeah.
And you can't do that with everyone.
Yeah. I wonder if we're like just describing two ways of approaching friendship, and like I feel like each person has their own preferences. Like I know some people who jive with the like ins and outs, ebbs and flows. And it's like, oh, if we're close this season, I cherish that. If, we grow distant, like it's the natural way of things. And then the people who like want to like intentionally, even if we're like not close to each other, like continue to forge that. So yeah, but I feel like maybe you and I are like wanting to be more intentional
Yeah.
while still being open.
Yeah. And I think, or I am this way of like the in seasons and come and flow, like
Come and flow.
come and flow, like
Flow and
not necessarily out of an intentional decision that I want to be this type of friend. I think it's more like what is feels most natural for me. But I think at the end of the day, I do want to maintain friends
over seasons.
Yeah.
And years.
So maybe it's like for me, like now I have 2 buckets of friends. It's like one I want to maintain over seasons, and then other friends, like it's kind of sucks, but like sometimes in seasons you grow apart.
Yeah.
Kind of sad.
Kind of sad.
But it is the way of life.
But we mentioned before, like you cherish that season that you had together.
You do, yeah.
And then you bless and send them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think in contrast to you, like just my nature is, I feel like I've
deep.
Okay. Thank you for that bass note.
Your nature is that you go deep on the first interaction. Like you are like, hey, so what are your deepest traumas in life and how do you approach this way of living? And it's just
as an example.
As an example.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I guess tied to that, I think I'm quick to like latch on, like if you become a part of my life, like I want to keep you forever. Like, it's like if you like take someone in for a hug and then you just never let them go. And I feel like I err on that side. Is it clingy? Maybe? Or I do think, I feel like, we've talked about this. Like over time, I've noticed my tendency to attach to people as a source of grounding and stability in my life.
Whoa. Okay.
And so I think that leads to then me like being very choiceful, selective in like who I invest in. But then I, on the other side, am like trying to be chill with this bucket of like people who come and go for like a season and still cherishing those relationships.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. So you're like one way kind of trying to go in the other way, and then I'm the other way trying to go into this way.
Good work.
Whoa.
Yeah. Huh. That is the way we're different, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so why are we friends? What is your why for me?
You do live in my household.
Whoa. I don't know where this my like singular ownership came from. We do pay equal rent.
We do pay equal rent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My name is also on the lease that you forced me to sign.
I did force her.
I'm kidding.
I did force her.
I'm kidding.
That's valid. That's valid.
And it's salad.
And it's a salad. Yep.
I'm kidding. Anyway,
so maybe that's the why. I forced you to sign the lease, and here we are.
That's reassuring. Yep.
Well, but if we don't live together, though.
I know, yeah.
What would that be like?
Have you thought about this before?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, in a previous episode, we defined our relationship as lease dependent, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, post-lease, we don't really know.
True.
Or, like, we haven't seen that.
We've never seen that.
Wow.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh, we'd have to be intentional with each other.
I know.
Because we ain't texters.
No. And I also think that's a key thing about maintaining friendships is that you both need to say it out loud to each other that you want to be intentional.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or else, like, if one person, like, kind of wants to say it but doesn't know how the other person feels, and then, like, doesn't really know how the other person... And then, like, I feel like those friendships, like, it's hard to maintain over time.
Right.
Yeah.
But I also think in order to be able to express that to each other, already, like, a prerequisite to that is vulnerability and trust.
True.
Like, I would not... If there's somebody that I really like, and I want to deepen my relationship with, but I don't feel like I'm not sure where they're at, like, I might not feel comfortable, close, like, trusting enough to open up and be like, hey, I want to deepen this relationship.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah, I agree.
So saying it out loud, when both sides do say it, it's like a stamp of like,
Yeah.
we both care,
Yeah.
and a step into the deepening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is scary because I've had some occasions where like I have wanted to express like, oh, I do want to maintain this friendship for a while.
Oh,
but
really?
then that person doesn't share that sentiment.
You got rejected?
Yeah. So
L,
it's
bro.
scary to put yourself
Wait,
out
so
there.
you did? And they said, nah, bruh,
Or at least implied it.
this is the end. Oh, okay.
At least implied.
Okay.
Like, I feel like this is a friendship that I want to continue investing in. And then the other person might not share the same sentiment. Which is, like, totally normal, but...
Wait, this feels new to me because as you were saying, you're usually the type to not reach out and be like, oh, let's be intentional. And you're more ebb and flow.
Okay, but I'm also a latcher. I don't know, bro. Like, I feel like I'm also a latcher, but... like, I do think I'm a latcher as well. And I think if I latch, I'm, like, literally so in your business. Like, I'm, like... Like, your life, I will take that onto my life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you really do that.
And I go too far sometimes. But I think if I can't see myself doing that for this person, and it comes like as a natural feeling to me, then I will go all in. Otherwise,
You're like a power drill.
yeah. Otherwise, it's an ebb and flow thing.
Oh.
I don't really know. That's what I've been thinking about recently, is like it's also an instinctual thing.
That's good. That's hella reflective of you.
Yeah.
Introspective.
Yeah. But I have like in the past been like, oh, I'm like about to latch on this person. And then they're like,
oh, and they don't want it.
yeah.
Oy.
Yeah. So I've experienced all types.
Aww.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And I guess latching is intense. It's kind of intense.
It's kind of intense.
Yeah.
Speaking from
Yeah.
firsthand experience.
Because you tell me your whole life and then I always have opinions about it.
Yeah. That actually, I feel like gives good context to a previous episode on like conflict. How you were explaining like how deeply you feel when I mess up or when I make like a decision that you don't agree with in my life. That you're like beyond... It like wounds you.
Wait, I was listening back on that podcast and I realized that like when people hear that, they're probably like, what the frick is wrong with you? But there's context. Like,
that's good context.
Yeah.
So why are we friends?
Oh. Do you think a lot of the why we're friends is that we're both willing to latch?
Oh.
Maybe that's what it is.
Oh. Yeah. And then timing, circumstance, and leases have worked out to latch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Because like you said in previous podcasts, like we didn't click immediately. I thought we did fine, whatever. But anyway,
again, her getting along with a wider range of people.
She just didn't get along with me, I guess. And I feel like when we first started living together, it wasn't like we were like that close.
Yeah, right.
So I think over time it was we were both willing to latch. So
yeah,
let us latch.
Wow, lettuce.
Yeah.
And latch. Lettuce.
Yes.
Tomatoes.
Yes. Onions.
Yeah, onions. Okay, so how does... Let's bring this back to...
This was so deep, man. Like...
So deep, man.
What just happened?
Man, so deep.
Okay,
man, deep,
to summarize, I feel like both of us are latchers. There's very healthy ways of latching, and there's very unhealthy ways of latching.
Factoid.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we've learned that over the years.
Are we the anxious attachment style? I forget. We can get into that sometime.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. But interesting for you that, like, you consider yourself a latcher, yet a lot of friendships for you are go with the flow, and long distance friendships are still hard for you.
Yeah. And I think the people that I latch with is also like a flow thing. Or maybe we put it this way, like, I think, like, some friends...
What?
Some friends are easier to keep in touch with than others as well.
Yeah, but then for the people who you have a strong why for, even if they're harder to keep in touch with, you do it.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I feel like part of the largest piece of the intentionality is like overcoming what's easy and hard. And it's like that becomes so secondary or like very minor of like a factor to the friendship.
Wait, can you say that again? I got a little distracted because you have these hairs on your head.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Pluck them. No.
No. I'm not gonna pluck them.
What?
But you have these hairs that are like, I think they're like
fluffs.
just like, yeah, flyaways. But like the flyaways are like sticking out like this. And then they also have like a little bit of like a broken, because maybe they're broken. So like there's like a little bit of like a different color at the very tip.
Right.
So you kind of look like that fish that has like the bulb that comes out of its head.
So you're just roasting my hair, aren't you?
No, not the hair, the face.
Delatching today. Unlatched. Anyway.
At the end of the day, I feel like friendship needs a why for yourself.
And the yourself
doesn't need to be
for
what
you.
I gain.
Yeah.
It can be
as simple as we live together in this season right now.
Yeah. True. But I think you need, for me, I need to define it.
Okay.
And then I need to set out like, this is what I'm intentionally going to do.
Okay. Yeah. Because neither of us are naturally texters.
We're not texters, yeah.
Nor callers.
Well, we are callers, but like...
Not on like a monthly cadence at 7 p.m. on the first Tuesday.
Yeah. Although I do that with my friends.
Or now, but I think like those rhythms took time to find.
True, yeah. So. Or like, yeah, those are like things that you have to now do to maintain friendships. I guess it differs, and like, friendship is hard also because like it's different for each friendship and what works for each friendship.
Yeah, and there's no tried and true.
Yeah. And like, I've tried with certain friends, like, oh, let's call weekly. But then like, that seems like burdensome and like, it's a little bit hard to keep that. And then we've like had to readdress like, okay, that's not going to work. So maybe we try to just call each other when it's flexible. I have friendships where we schedule once a month and we call. And that works for that friendship for some reason. And then, yeah, other friends, it's like when I'm like, if I'm in that vicinity of an area, I will see you.
Yeah, true.
So like, there's just like different things that I feel like you can do to maintain friendships, but I'm still figuring it out and it's tough.
Sometimes too, it's like understanding that either your or their capacity doesn't allow for it in that time and in that season. And it's not like a personal thing.
Yeah.
Like I think of friendships that like we're not as close as either I like had originally hoped or I thought was gonna happen after college, for example. And sometimes it was just due to my capacity. I realized that New York took a lot more out of me than I expected.
Yeah.
And so I like feel bad, and I think I'm like, I wish that I could have more capacity. Yeah, but it's not a personal thing.
Yeah. I also think part of growing up too, and part of being in your 20s is realizing that everyone has limited capacity. And you're like, you know what? That's like, they have their people and I have my people. And we can come together when there's opportunities. Like,
yeah, bro.
My dad was telling me that when because he like spent the year in China this past year, and he was like doing a tour of like seeing all of his college friends.
Oh, yeah.
And some of them he hasn't seen for like 10, 15 years.
That's so
Or
crazy.
like they don't really keep in touch either.
Yeah.
But like they can call each other up when they're in town 10, 15 years later, and they're like, yo, let's hang out.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's
Yeah.
there's also so much value in just being a good friend to people in certain seasons.
Yeah.
And the older we get and the more like established in our own life we are, like the more that it is so normal to like lose touch with people.
And then reunite.
Yeah.
At some point down the road. Yeah. Like the friend that we sent off to Australia, we were like, see you at your wedding. You know?
Yeah. I think that's why I also really value just like seasonal, like this season friendship, I'm going to go hard with you now.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's how I see a lot of college friendships now too. When we first came to New York, I was like, like who can I like carry over, and like how can I keep in touch with like the important people?
But naturally, you kind of...
You can't do it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, like, you can't keep in touch with everyone that you were living with, literally, like, on the same campus as before. But yeah, we'll go to each other's weddings.
Yeah.
And yeah, also when we're in the same town or city.
Yeah.
See each other.
Yeah.
It's tough, though.
Yeah. And honestly, like, those friendships are just as valuable.
Yeah, or I think of certain people, and I have, like, unique, cherished memories that only we have together.
Yeah.
And it's just beautiful that we got to shape each other's lives.
Yeah.
And only us two know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's like that someone got to touch my life in that way, or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
She touched my leg when she did that.
Touched. Anyway, wait, a quick rundown of other types of, like, splintering or, like, long-distance relationships to manage, or friendships to manage. So we touched on, like, marriage. When people get married, they, like, enter a fully different life stage, I think.
Yeah.
Sometimes. There's also, like, people who go back to school versus working life. And I think those are different experiences that are hard to relate to sometimes. Being in different cities.
I feel like naturally with being in different cities is, like, the people you start to surround yourself are different. Like, I feel like I have high school friends who, like, live very differently from me now. Like, just the people that we surround ourselves with and naturally jive with, and we've kind of found ourselves and found our niches.
Right. And then that changes, like, what takes up your mental space, and then how you spend your time.
Yeah. My mom commented on something the other day where I feel like me and my sister have gotten much closer, like, in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
My mom was like, maybe it's because, like, Wendy went to the same college as you and same a cappella group, same, like, Christian fellowship.
Yeah.
And you guys have much more, like, shared experiences that you guys can relate to and talk about.
That's really cute.
Yeah.
And I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And we have, like, childhood that we can talk about also.
Yeah.
So I think it's like...
Oh, yeah.
Like, sometimes when you just have more shared experiences, you're just...
Right. That also ties back to why, like, certain friends, even if we lost touch, like, we still are so valuable in each other's lives because we had that shared experience together. That, like, yeah, if we get to reunite, like, we're gonna... like, reminisce on those moments that only we know about and only we can relate to.
Yeah.
That which is just so precious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That probably also keeps us together, too. Like, the fact that we did a cappella together and we shared the same college experience together.
Yeah. Moving to New York. Yeah.
Together. Yeah. We've just shared many seasons of the same life.
To your sister example, I feel that with my sister, too. That, like... once she entered college, we were, like, really tight. I think that was, like, the closest, or we started getting closer as once I went into college, and then this whole idea of being more intentional about friendships came about. So that started it, and then once she hit college too, it was like, whoa, so many shared experiences all of a sudden. She also joined a cappella and whatnot. But now, like, we live in very different cities and have very different lifestyles and like, people that we're surrounded by. We work in totally different, like, industries too. And so I think that has, maybe it's like a slight splinter, but we still, like, at the core, you know, there's just, like, so much life that, like, she will understand about me that I, you know, like, don't have to explain and no one else gets. And same with me to her. Also, a big splinter is, like, living in a city versus a suburb. It's just, like,
that's a
totally
huge
different
splinter
life. Yeah.
Some might say that a big splinter also is California and, like, the East Coast. Like, because people say that, like, people in California kind of just stay in California and, like, is, like, in a bubble and they kind of live at home, so it's, like, different experiences.
Yeah. Aw.
And then people in the city are, like, different mindset.
Oh.
Like, usually people don't live at home in the city, and they're all transplants.
Wait, I didn't think about that. We're like, wow. Like, I think when in our first year or so of being in New York, I still felt more connected to people back at home because I feel like they got me. But as we've settled into New York, I feel less and less that, like, they know, they get it. They understand.
Yeah.
But probably due to that. Aww.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, what's crazy is I was talking to two of my friends who live in LA, and they were like, everyone they hang out with is married.
Whoa.
And, like, they're, like, the two single people.
Oh, wow.
And they have, like, a group chat of, like, single people in their friend group. And there's 4 of them out of, like, literally everyone.
What?
Yeah. And that's, like, not the case in New York City at all.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Although you did just come back from a ski trip where everyone's getting engaged. So, are we entering that? I
mean,
know.
you are 26, so...
Yeah, that's really fun. That's
yeah.
really fun. But I was going to say, I think, like, as we become more intentional with those friends who maybe, like, we aren't in the same life stage, or, like, there have been splinters, and we choose to reinvest and, like, still yet, like, despite those splinters, like, continue walking with each other.
Yeah.
I think that's where you realize that the relationship is so much deeper than, like, shared circumstance, shared experiences.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
getting each other in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay.
That's fun.
Ultimately, friendship is sometimes really easy and sometimes hard work.
Yeah.
But indescribable fruit that I've had from friendship.
Yeah. And fruit comes in all forms.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like...
Lessons learned.
Lessons learned. Sometimes it's lessons that you carry forth. Sometimes it's like sweet in the beginning and then it becomes sour.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes it's like the savory type, like an avocado. Sometimes it grows on you. Avocados like grew on me.
Yeah, same.
You know?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like a banana where, like, the longer it sits, the mushier it gets.
What the heck does that mean? Please describe a friendship you've had where that was the case.
Sometimes it's like, oh, the season is over now. I actually can't think of any like that, but you know.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So,
shout out to all of our long distance friends.
yeah. I'm sorry I'm bad at texting.
Yeah, she's really bad at texting. Don't take it personally, because I get it too. I'm
That's
with
because
you.
you just yell into my room.
I'm here with you. I'm here with you currently.
That's that.
That is that.
I gotta friggin' now reflect on my whole life, but...
Yay!
Do-do-do.
Do-do-do. Do-do-do.